Adelaide Soaring Club's been around since World War II. It's an ex-bomber base, and we get to fly Jabiru 160s, 70s and 230s, just to name a few, around here, and that's what I learned to fly on. Here in X-Plane 11, there isn't a Jabiru 160 at the moment, or 170, so we're going to fly with the default Cessna 172 SP. It's actually quite similar in characteristics. So we're climbing out on 05. We're going to climb up to 500 feet in this leg. Just looking around, you can see the airport and the local surrounding town. The town is Gawler. This is located north of Adelaide in South Australia. As we climb up, we have the main highway underneath us. You can just catch it there to the left. And the town and the hills far out to the right. We'll be crossing those hills on quite a few occasions, heading out to the east to other airports and on tours that we're going to be doing. So we'll just bank left gently here and we'll come around to a bearing of about 310 degrees. Checking the inbound traffic as we do so, make sure no one's coming in. Here at ASC, when we use 05, we do a left circuit. When we use 23, which is the opposite end, we do a right circuit. When we fly from runway 13 or 31, we do circuits in opposite directions as well. So when we do 31, we do a left circuit, and when we do 13, we do a right circuit. The reason for this is to keep us away from town, so we're not bothering the locals, because there's a few close suburbs to the airport. Okay, travelling on our downwind leg, just checking our relevance to the runway. You want to try and locate yourself so the landing strip is about halfway up the strut. We'll be cruising down here in the white zone. We have the first stage of flap down already. There's the second runway that we can use as a reference. You just want to be just a little way from the end of the runway, and you can't go too far to the right, otherwise you end up in restricted airspace, which is another video which I'll be doing very soon. ASC is surrounded by controlled airspace, and it makes it quite complicated. It's very unusual for an airport where most flying that's done is done by sports pilots or glider pilots. Sports pilots are not permitted to fly in airspace. It's a very casual license that allows you to fly about 99% of Australia, so there's certainly no great limitations. It's just the controlled airports and in controlled airspace that you have to keep away from. Descending on our base leg at the moment, you can see the airport out to our left there. Quite easy to spot with the okay, they're lined up on final now. Approaching around about the 70 knot mark is a good figure. The best glide speed for the 172 is 75 knots approximately. We've got a nice approach happening. Speed's good, sense good, engine instruments are all good. So try and keep it stable on the approach. And lined up. There's a little bit of a wind from the right here. I'm feeling a little bit of a yaw to the right, so the aircraft's weather vaning, just pointing towards where the wind's coming from. So we'll remain a little bit askew as we approach on finals, and then we'll kick in the rudder just to straighten it up as we touch down. We're rocking around a little bit on the way in. We're nearly there. Power off. Coming over the threshold. Nose up, looking towards the other end of the strip. Oh, nice. Just little stall warning as we're touching around. That just means we're at minimum controllable speed. That doesn't actually mean we've stalled as yet. So thank you for coming for a quick trip with me. This is really my introductory video for the channel. If you like the channel and like what you see, please feel free to subscribe. Give us a click on that like button, and we'll catch you again soon for another video on Let's Fly VFR. Thank you for your time. See you soon. Bye bye.